It's the 10 to 1 podcast with your host, Brad Oman, featuring Ben Conowitz and Nate Laux. And here's the podcast.
Welcome back, friend.
We did it. We're here.
Good to see you. Well, no, good to hear you.
Yeah.
No, we don't even hear anybody. I don't know what we're
I
doing.
can see you.
Great start, boys.
I'm watching you right now.
Great. Whoa.
Nice shirt. Where did you get that? And how many buttons does it have?
Where'd you get that? The toilet store?
Cool pattern on those pants, Thelma.
Anyway, Alexander Skarsgård.
You're just going to jump right into it.
I am.
I mean, I've got things to
Yeah, we
say.
got a whole other thing that
We got
happens on
bits.
this.
We got
Jeez.
bits
yeah,
to do.
Got to do listener mail and
Oh, do we have listener mail?
We also, sponsor and...
That's a different podcast, buddy.
Yeah, we don't really have a sponsor for this one.
Really cute. that
Hey, you know
thought
what?
that.
We're looking for sponsors. If you'd like to sponsor the 10 to 1, please let us know at the 10to1pod.com.
Yeah, if you have a sex shop or a coffee shop or a book shop.
Or a coffee sex shop.
Yeah, or a book sex shop.
Yeah, you know what? Anything with sex in it. Evidently, Brad is really pushing that angle.
And actually, those go to the top of the list, and sometimes the bottom. But
Oh, boy.
we're looking for sponsors.
Yeah, sponsor us. Or at least leave a comment.
Oh, by the way, Ben, you posted the last podcast. You were brave enough to post it to the subreddit, right?
Yes.
Live from New York.
How did that go? Did we get any comments?
We got 2 comments.
From people
Yeah.
we know or no?
I don't know them, but I know them because it's Reddit, so that the
Actually,
handles are all weird.
No, we know one of them. One of them was Ryan
Ryan
Panos.
Panos for
Thanks
sure.
listening.
Yeah, we appreciate that, Ryan. But then the other one, I really don't know who that is, but it's a friend clearly.
Yeah, and I think that we got I don't know.
It was at 85% upvoted.
Really?
Yeah,
That's not bad.
so that's good.
I really thought we were going to get neg bombed on that one.
So we were. I messaged the mods first and asked them if I could do it. I don't want to spam anybody, and we just put it out there. We just want other people because there's 1.1 million people that subscribe to that subreddit.
Yeah.
So if we just got a little, did we get any more listeners than normal? Probably not.
I didn't notice.
We won't really know until
Did we get any more new listeners?
Lots more.
There
Lots
you go.
more.
That's all.
some
I'm
time has to pass.
Yeah, no, just feed my ego.
Yep.
That's
All right.
fine.
Well, speaking of listeners,
Yeah.
we do have some listener mail here. So, Brad, do our listener mail song, please.
Hey, look out! Here comes a letter from the viewers.
That was a very sad, morning show song.
It's just a
Hey, put your coffee out. It's time for the soft news.
All right, let's go to some YouTube comments first. This is from Mr. Tran Kong. Jeremy Colleen is the MVP of the episode, and he's giving me Bobby Moynihan vibes. Do you guys agree?
Yeah. So later on, when I remembered how good that character at Weekend Update was, I was like, maybe it should have been Jeremy Colleen as the MVP.
Yeah, it was pretty stellar. No. More of that, please. I love me some Cole Hain.
We want to get blasted.
Yes.
All right, this is from Bryson Scott 4949. Ashley Padilla's confidence sketch was definitely the highlight of this episode for me. You guys are great. I just found this podcast and I love it. Looking forward already for your takes on Alexander and Cardi B next week.
All right, that's one.
See? One new listener.
We did it.
All right, let's go to Spotify. Kimberly Spiegel says, I agree that James Austin Johnson is super talented. If you haven't listened to his Tis the Grinch holiday podcast yet, you must. He does an amazing Grinch impression and interviews celebrities. I stumbled upon it one day and am just loving it. Also appreciate your support for democratic values and using your platform to denounce ICE. Thank you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Did you guys listen to that podcast or no?
The Grinch podcast?
Yeah.
No, I only just found out that he was doing that during Christmas. I found it out by accident. So I imagine it's probably pretty clean because I think it's officially sanctioned by.
Well, Nate, this is right up your alley. I mean, you love everything Christmas, so you're going to have to look. Yeah, I was going to say.
But all right, I'll try. And then last one, Tyler Whitney from Spotify says, love this episode. I actually thought Tayana was just fine for most of the sketches, but the writing was strong, and I appreciate her not holding back. We did mention that. I think she gave it her all.
Yes.
Jeremy Colleen is my favorite new addition by far. He was pretty big on TikTok as well as a pretty consistent improv guy on Dropout before SNL.
Yeah, that's our friend Tyler.
Oh, Tyler. Yeah, we love it. We're part of that. We're part of a special group of boys with Tyler.
Don't say it like
I
that.
don't
Oh, okay.
know what that
Sorry.
means, but
Yeah.
The Beefy Boys.
all right, that
Made
is
it worse.
I'd like to apologize to everyone else.
That is our listener mail. So if you want to leave us a comment on Spotify or Facebook or YouTube, you might get your comment read on this podcast as well. We just genuinely appreciate all the listeners and all the just feedback we get about what you liked in this episode or in our episodes, but also in the episodes of SNL. So.
As long as you agree with us. If you don't,
you can disagree with Brad, it's fine.
Yeah, no, that's the one thing that.
Or like if you don't like Ben's jokes, like that's also something that
you get your hearing checked. That's what I'm saying about that.
What?
Exactly.
All right, Alexander Skarsgård.
Oh, what? You get to say it now? I said it earlier, and it was too soon.
What is the letter? I've got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call the letter?
Volcano.
With the A, with the O above
A rune.
Well, that's my kid's name.
No, I actually don't know what it's called.
I don't either.
The only thing that
I thought you would know.
The only thing I know about symbols like that is that the 2 dots is called an umlaut.
Okay.
Is that really?
Yeah.
I thought it was like an omelet.
No, that's an egg sandwich.
Yeah, you're gonna put some ham in that omelet.
All right. Did you guys like The Northman?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you? He's been in a ton of TV shows too, right? Succession.
Mm-hmm. Murderbot.
What was the one he did?
Oh, that was him in Murderbot
with Michael Pena. War on Everyone.
I can't remember.
I don't remember.
From like 2017 Netflix show or Netflix.
I don't remember.
It was very good. I liked
Would you
it a lot.
rank him as, other than his dad, Stellan? Would you rank him as the biggest, most successful of the Skarsgårds?
I mean, his brother plays it, so probably just because of that.
Yeah,
But,
no,
I
but
mean-
Stellan's done a lot more, and Bill's career is still kind of
growing.
Yeah, like it was like his first big thing.
So you think it's
Stellan,
and
Alexander,
then
Bill,
and
and
then
then Frank.
Frank Skarsgård.
Yeah,
Underrated.
he doesn't do any entertainment stuff.
No, he's a lawyer.
Yeah,
He's very much like Frank Stallone.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. You guessed it, Frank Stallone.
All right. This was the 1,000th episode of Saturday Night Live.
yeah, and they did a really big celebration for it.
Was that weird to you guys a little bit that they didn't?
No, because it's not as if they.
I know we've been celebrating a lot.
It's not as if
last
they've
year.
celebrated any of the other centennial episodes,
I
or
think
like
just mentioning
the
it is enough,
250th or the 750th or anything like that.
I don't know. 1,000 episodes seems like a big deal. I mean, he does mention it, and we'll get to that.
I
in the-
imagine they
Only
probably
because they kind of had a bigger deal.
Yeah, I think that if the
Earlier.
50th anniversary didn't just happen, they might have done something for it. But
All right, let's get started here. Cold open ice reset meeting. Former cast member Pete Davidson makes a cameo as border czar Tom Homan. He holds a meeting with a room full of clueless, aggressive ICE agents, played by Kenan Thompson, Mikey Day, Jeremy Colleen, and Ben Marshall in Minneapolis to try and rebrand the agency's image. Do you think within the last 10 years, Pete Davidson is the worst impressionist they've ever had?
yeah, 100%. And I don't even understand why they asked him to do this, because there's nothing about Pete Davidson that is like, oh yeah, he's going to be great as Tom Homan. Oh my God. He looks nothing like him.
And I say this as somebody that loves Pete Davidson.
I love Pete Davidson. I was very concerned that this was happening. I was like, what happened?
Part of me wonders if maybe they had somebody else lined up and then it didn't work out, and they're like, well, Pete lives here in New York. Let's just...
He owes
maybe.
Lauren a lot of favors. So.
Yeah, just because it makes no sense whatsoever. It's not a good impression.
He didn't even try it.
Nothing that Pete does comedically lends itself to the characterization of Tom Homan.
If you've got Pete Davidson, who's fish out of water in this role, and you can draw attention to it by saying, it's so bad that we've got me playing this guy. Like, they didn't even go that angle.
Yeah.
It's just jarring.
It's really strange. Like if they were going to use something that was like signature of like Pete's comedic presence on SNL or just his general personality, that would be one thing. But there's nothing to this whatsoever. It's almost DOA, honestly.
Yeah.
This is a very weird person to put into that role. That being said, SNL has been catching a lot of heat lately for how they're handling or not handling
This didn't help.
the overall situation in Minnesota, when there's a lot of people saying, and I don't like saying that phrase. There's a lot of people saying.
People are saying.
But I've read articles online that say this is a very dire situation, and SNL is not stepping up to the plate. They should be going for the jugular more and more. We've heard that, though, a lot over many years, right?
Basically since 2016.
Where they're like, oh, they really could get mean here, but they're not. Why are they holding back? Type stuff.
And the thing is, I guess if I had one defense of SNL, even though I absolutely agree that their political satire and stuff like that leaves more than enough to be desired, it's that SNL has never necessarily been a show that has like really been super mean or like the sharpest teeth.
Right.
Yep.
You know, like they don't really go for the jugular. You know, even when they were doing Sarah Palin, when they were doing George W. Bush.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. Will Ferrell's George W. Bush is a somewhat kind George W. Bush.
Yeah, and
Right.
it makes him look like an idiot for sure. But like they've done that with
But
countless other
also a
politicians.
lovable idiot.
Yeah,
you know,
it's nowhere near the level of like sharp teeth that like Colbert or
Last Week Tonight
Kimmel,
is bringing.
Last Week Tonight, The Daily Show. You know, so like
They know what their lane is, and unfortunately for the show, a lot of people are kind of tired of shows like that and like the Jimmy Fallons of the world that are just kind of making light of it but not taking it seriously because enough is enough at a certain point, right?
Yeah.
And I do really get both sides of that. It's got to be extremely frustrating for a writer to have those parameters and say like, listen, here's the jokes I could say that I'm never going to work here again because I'm going to just go down in flames, but this is really what I think. Or here's what's going to get on the show. And there are two wildly different cards to play there.
yeah.
yeah.
A couple things that I think like were little standout bits that I thought were amusing is James Austin Johnson's character always saying, "Now this could be wrong."
Now, I could be wrong, but Army, like that's very funny.
Also, I noticed a discrepancy between live and online because when it happened live, I was like, "Oh, they fucked that cue up." Or they messed that cue up. Sorry.
How dare you?
But the when they do the cut to everyone raising their hand in the live show, it was an awkwardly framed shot with Ben Marshall kind of centered in the background, and James Austin Johnson and whoever was to the right of or left of him, like not framed right. And I was like, oh, they messed that up. But I went to the online version and checked, and they cut to the wide and they fixed it online. So.
There you go. There's a little Brad nitpick for you.
Since they did decide to talk about ICE and do a sketch on it, I would just like to reiterate the position of this podcast, which is, and forgive my language.
No, it's okay. You already said the F word once.
Oh, okay. A fist ice
my
right in the butthole.
Okay.
With glass, knives.
Okay, all right. Calm down.
But I especially want to say this after watching a documentary that I saw during...
You saw the Melania documentary?
Finally.
The 2026 Sundance Film Festival just happened, and there's a virtual component. I didn't go to Park City this year, but there's a documentary that I watched called Everybody to Kenmure Street, and it's about this situation that unfolded in Scotland where there was an impromptu immigration enforcement protest where on May Day, which is a big bank holiday in Scotland, an immigration enforcement van showed up in this small neighborhood in Scotland, and they were attempting to detain 2 Sikh men and deport them from the country.
No, let me just be clear because this is not a bit. Obviously, this is American immigration or this is Scottish
this is in Scotland and
Scottish immigration.
And this,
Sometimes
and this
Americans think that like this immigration stuff is only happening here. It's happening all over the country, all over the world.
And this was Home Office from London, so
Gotcha.
this is like a big international
Gotcha.
kind of thing. And so they're there. The van's in the middle of the street. The community sees that immigration is there, and so some people get curious. They come out, find out what's happening, and very quickly people start showing up and protesting and rallying around the van. A guy had gotten under the van and wrapped his arms around the axle of it so the van couldn't move. And the crowd just...
How was he a Viking?
Oh, was it me?
No, he wasn't stopping it from moving, but like they're not going to move it because he has his arms wrapped around the axle.
Well, see, that's the difference.
No, and this
in America, they would have just.
So this is what I want to point out is this protest builds and builds. There are hundreds of people in this small street in this town in Scotland, and you have tons of police that are there. And at one point, the police try to make their way with a huge group of cops through the protest crowd to the van where it's at, and a show of force, essentially, like trying to push through them as people are laying down. And they're like crawling over people, pushing through them, everything. Not one of them has their weapon drawn. Not one of them is trying to hit or pepper spray any of these protesters. And these are protesters who are physically trying to hold them back, laying on the streets in front of them, like literally putting their body in between other people. Not one police officer has any weapon drawn. There's no physical confrontation from these cops whatsoever. There were only 3 people who were arrested and like actually had to be pulled away in the situation. And like this is how this situation is civilly handled, where people are allowed to protest, voice their opinion, stop law enforcement from doing something they think is immoral, and the law enforcement acts accordingly.
Now, Brad, are you saying that this is something the rest of the world is getting right and America by itself is getting wrong? Because I don't know. Have you seen the lack of gun violence in America? I feel like we've pretty much nailed that one.
That's a good point.
Rest of the world's kind of got to catch up to us on that one.
You know what? The defense rests. But yeah, so I'll say fist ice with a bunch of times. Don't stop it.
Bunch of times.
Yeah, so that's that.
But yeah, no, I know that obviously we talk about SNL with reverence always. We're just big fans of it. It's very, very easy to sit here and say they should go for the juggler, they should do this, they should do that, but not necessarily knowing their place, but understanding how to weave that is the hardest job in comedy for sure.
It is, but I also do agree that there is more that they can do and that they should be trying.
I think they're doing too much. I'm joking. It's a joke. I was just joking. Well, that's the show.
Anyway, the sketch was bad.
All right, moving on. Alexander Skarsgård monologue. Alexander Skarsgård acknowledges the 1,000th episode milestone briefly, but spends the monologue interviewing the SNL band, claiming they never get enough love. It devolves into him awkwardly insulting them and kind of playing a fake saxophone.
Well, the saxophone's real. The sounds coming out of it are not.
Okay, I thought it'd be fun to see how many, because I know you guys are longtime SNL fans, and their band has been there a long time.
Yeah.
How many SNL band members can you name?
Oh, it's just
G.E. Smith and Lenny Pickett.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Okay, G. Smith hasn't been on since 1995.
Listen,
right?
but I know that he was the band
and that's only
leader.
because they used to say G.E. Smith and the Saturday Night Live band.
Right. Which, I mean, I'm not saying I'm a good person. I should know the names, but I do not.
Oh, actually,
Nope, too long.
Who is David Letterman's guy?
Paul Schaefer.
Paul Schaefer. He was part of the band at one point, wasn't he?
Cool.
He's not part of it today, but
Did you name Howard Shore yet or no?
no shit. Howard Shore, famous composer Howard Shore.
I don't know if you guys have heard
who
of
did
him.
the scores for the Lord of the Rings movies, amongst many other films.
Yeah, he was a backup keyboardist.
No,
he was there at the very beginning.
He was the musical director for the first 5 years. Yeah. So right now, the younger girl that is behind the leader,
Lenny Pickett.
Is Maddie Rice, and she's a very famous guitarist. But most of the members they've had on here have been on there. I mean, like Lenny Pickett's been on since '85. Leon Pendarvis, the keyboardist, has been on since '80. Steve, the trombonist, has been on since '85. Same with the alto saxophone.
Just think about that gig.
The drummer since 1992. Like, I mean, it's just amazing. This band has been together for as long as they are.
And they just, I mean, you can tell. The other thing we don't really talk about, I think we've only mentioned it like once. Go ahead and in your head, go ahead and play the Saturday Night Live theme. Go for it. I don't know that anybody really can. It's just
freeform jazz.
But exactly.
Right. I would like to give Brad a challenge. I want you to come to lyrics for that, if you will. Not now.
So,
but like, you know, you can think about it in kind
this
of workshops.
monologue reminded me of a throwback monologue to like the 90s and 2000s, where it was just very silly and just it was nothing to write home about.
Yeah,
but it was just silly. That's all it was.
I thought the band was a little awkward.
I mean, it's supposed to be.
I know, but like, I didn't feel like their interplay with him was all that good.
they're not actors.
No, yeah, I know. So then
They have
it made the sketch
reason.
awkward then. But
was it more or less awkward than Andrew having the popper in his hand and then awkwardly trying to produce it from his pocket, which it's been in his hand the whole time? Did you see that part? Because that was very awkward.
I saw it.
Yeah, it was cool.
All right.
It's good, like as soon as that happened, right off the bat, I'm like, it's starting well. Okay, here we go. This is gonna be good.
Brad, what'd you think of this monologue?
It was fine. You know, it was amusing. It was. I do agree with Ben. It felt like a throwback, and it was endearing, if anything.
I do like that the actual saxophonist got to walk through right at the end. That was kind of cool.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Mom's confession. Ashley Padilla, I had said before in the last episode.
She wasn't in a lot of sketches before this.
Yeah, and so it's good to see her back this episode. Played a suburban mom who gathers her family, played by Alexander Skarsgård. Alexander Skarsgård was the dad, and the kids were Jane Wickline, Andrew Smukes, Sarah Sherman, to announce she might have been wrong about Trump. The family is terrified to agree with her too quickly, lest she snap back on her. This sketch made me laugh so much. Ashley Padilla was perfect in this.
Yeah.
it was also very. This was good political satire, I think. You know, this was done so well. Also, I loved, if I hear a single "I Told You So," I will go see the Melania movie tonight. Just the funny, subtle little things that a mom would say. She did it perfectly. What did you guys think of this one?
No, she was absolutely fantastic in this sketch. It lives and dies on her shoulders, and she made it work so well.
And she's so patient.
Yeah,
in this.
the long lead in to like listen, and just like laying it out.
We're gonna try. Okay, I eat bugs. Okay, my butt fell off. Like those are great lead ups and letting it breathe.
Sarah Sherman barely holding it together during those first two.
So good.
And the qualifiers. There are times.
I'm starting to think. Just really, really solid stuff.
The slow roll worked so well. I saw a funny comment on Live from New York too, where someone showed a picture of Alexander Skarsgård in the sketch, and they were like, "I'm really glad they got Beck Bennett back for this sketch."
Yeah. Not giving him a ton to do. However, the lines that he did deliver were definitely added to the sketch. I did like it.
And you definitely didn't need him in this sketch, but it was a great sketch.
that, and I also like that he made it a character. Like he did he didn't just like talk like English or American accent Alexander Skarsgård. He gave him like a dad voice and everything.
She's not gonna dance on me later. No, you wouldn't be here without it.
I mean, do you think this is political satire or not?
Yeah,
100%.
I think so too.
And it's one of those things too where it helps that this show can be pulled off and created in a week because it does hit a moment, that is happening because of the stuff that's happening in Minnesota with ice and whatnot, that there are a lot of people who are like, you know what? I think I'm done with this.
I know. I've talked to two of my friends and their parents who are more conservative.
And what did
said
Ben
the
say?
same thing, that their parents are saying, I don't love this, right? But also they're so invested into it, right? That it's hard.
It's really hard for some people that have been drinking that Kool-Aid since 2016.
I mean, you've had to compromise a lot.
It's been a decade, and you've let a lot of things slip, and now it's like I don't know. They're shooting people in the streets. This might be the thing.
But you know what's even worse though is thinking about the people who have had those conversations in their head and they just double down harder and they just come up with the worst excuses.
Nah, we should be killing people. That's probably what
I love about it too is the interplay of the kids because there's this like right you can respond in two different ways. You can be like, oh, finally, Brad, you got it. I'm so grateful that you're finally getting it. Or you can be like they're responding angrily because we've been telling you this the whole time.
Are you kidding me, Mom? Which it feels good to be right.
Yep.
And so you can be you can be happy for somebody or you can be right. And the kids chose to be right.
It was kind of the difference between like Brad and I.
Yeah, I see it.
All right, let's move on. Winter Olympics promo. This is a pre-tape. A promo for the 2026 Milan Cortina Olympics. Are you guys Olympics fans or no?
I don't give a shit.
Okay. Jane Wickline plays Gertie, a terrified luge athlete.
Oh, you want to celebrate America right now?
I do. I want to celebrate.
The Olympians
I think the Olympians are amazing.
I don't hate America.
I think Olympians are amazing. I don't care if they're from America or not.
I mean that's the kind of pride and patriotism that we need to get back to. Like being proud of a sport thing rather than.
I hope America loses every event this year.
Really?
Yeah, out of spite. We have
I feel like these guys have tried hard.
Yeah, those athletes have really tried hard.
Then go to a different competition.
They can't.
They can.
No, they can't change their nationality.
It's the Olympics. It's like if you're in the luge, as Gertie is, it is like the
you can't just wake up one day and be like, you know what? I'm going to be German. You got to be American because that's where they're from.
Disagree.
All right,
fair enough.
Move on. Jane Wickline plays Gertie, a terrified luge athlete who is convinced the sport requires zero skill and is just sliding down a tube. Alexander Skarsgård plays her frustrated coach trying to get her to embrace the slide.
Look, a spider. Go.
Jane Wickline was brilliant in this.
It's very, very funny.
I laughed so hard. Her deadpan style was just perfect in this.
Her delivery reminded me of, and I forget the actress's name, but it's the woman in I Think You Should Leave that does the Shark Tank sketch. It's just this amount of money for the rest of my life, less and less every time.
But this goes back to something I have said before that I know you disagree with, Brad. I think Jane Wickline does better in pre-tapes.
I think that another sketch in this lineup will prove you wrong, and I think that
I'm not saying she doesn't good.
I said what I said,
and I'm just saying.
And Jane Wickline has been funny from the start, and she proves that she's funny overall in this episode. She had
a great episode, but
I said what I said.
Ben, I think she does better, or at least you can accentuate her comedy and her chops a little bit more in a pre-tape.
I think that it's okay to say that she's better in pre-tapes, but also very funny live.
That's what I'm trying to say, Brad.
You know what you can say is that she's just funny in general, because she is.
There's some things that she does that are funny.
Thank you for coming around, gentlemen.
I've always been there. You guys are late to the party.
Oh my god!
All I'm saying.
All right, what did you think of this, Benny?
No, I mean her comment about like you just get a what did you say dead body?
No, you can just get a dead corpse.
Yeah, a dead corpse
in the luge
that has this body shape and put it in there and it would win. Like I just really, it's just the lamentation of the whole thing is just
and
wonderful.
Then I love when they bring in the coaches too, and the coach is like, yeah, someone with that shape, you know.
It's just great. She leans really into it. Physically.
What made me laugh too is I'm gonna think of this every time because I will watch the Olympics, and every time I see the luge, I'm gonna think of this sketch. Yeah. But also, it is such a funny sport, right? It is like you just get on a sled and you go down. Yeah. And I know luge athletes are gonna be like, no, there's so much more.
Of course there is.
But like, it is though just that weird kind of sport where
her scream too is just great.
What's the name of the fucking Olympic place again?
The one that
we'll see you in Cortimal.
Milan Cortina.
Sure, whatever. Well, we'll see you there. Except not me, because I'm sick.
I'm sick. Yeah, no, this was very, very well done.
All right, moving on. Scandinavian Movie 2 featuring Stellan Skarsgård. A sequel to a previous sketch. Skarsgård and Chloe Feynman play serious Scandinavian actors filming a gritty drama. And between takes, they get very giggly and silly.
Was it Ryan Gosling that did the first one of these?
I think so. That feels right.
That's what I thought, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
It's a good question.
But you're right. Wickline, take one.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's funny there.
Very, very good stuff.
She delivers that line well.
If you watch the episode again, the audience audibly laughs at her delivery every single time that she does it. It's great.
It's hilarious.
It's great.
So, but again, it's funny. I like that she brought that. She elevated the sketch there. I didn't think the rest of it was all that funny.
It was Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell.
Yes, the just a few years later, Ryan Gosling.
Another gorgeous man.
Yeah. Yeah. This was not a sketch I was expecting them to bring back again so soon. It's one of those sketches where it's mildly amusing. You know, I'm not like over the moon for it. I think what does sell it is the impressions that are in it. And the level of giddiness, you know.
I still think when Glenn Powell did it, the sharp turn from being giggly and cut to dramatic was sharper.
Yeah.
And so that actually does elevate the sketch. This one was a little bit more like they gave them a little bit more time to sit down and kind of get serious. It wasn't cut right to the serious stuff. And I think that hurts the sketch a bit.
Yeah.
What do you think of Stellan's cameo?
Oh, I mean, hilarious!
Yeah.
Like I was hoping that Stellan was going to make some kind of cameo. But yeah, having him there and do that is really funny.
Yeah.
Can I get a theme for Brad's nitpick corner?
Oh yeah. Oh, here it is again. Something nobody wants. Brad's nitpick corner.
Oh, that's about right.
That was really good.
So I'm gonna nitpick.
Pick the nits, friend.
Logistically, the sketch doesn't make any sense because they mess up every single take, and they're like, all right, we got it. Let's move on. It's like, you didn't get it. You did one take, you messed it up, and you're moving on. So either you're doing that and fixing it in post, or you're gonna do reshoots later because you didn't get any good takes out of this.
But take one is so much more funny than take 2 hour. So that's what they had to do.
But they should have done it again.
Okay, fine.
All right. Immigrant Dad Talk Show. Marcelo Hernandez hosts his recurring talk show about having an immigrant father. Alexander Skarsgård plays a guest. Was he Finnish or Swedish?
He was Finnish in this one.
Yeah. They make fun of...
He just started.
Oh, my God. Go home.
Oh,
no. That's making it so much worse.
They make...
Borg.
I'm sorry, everybody.
Fun of the white perspective of Mikey Day and Andrew Smukes, who plays a father-son who kiss on the lips. Again, Stellan Skarsgård gets his second sketch of the night to come into here. This is the third time they've done this type of sketch?
Sure.
Immigrant talk show.
Yeah.
So
do you like this?
I love Marcelo Hernandez as this character. There's a lot to do here.
Yeah.
I love. I mean, Brad, you own that Melt Ice shirt. You wear it every day. Hilarious.
Single-handedly saving things.
Of course, definitely making a difference with your quarter zip jumper.
Yeah.
But no, Skarsgård didn't do great in this one. I didn't think.
They don't give him a lot to do, and that's partially the point because he's supposed to be a stoic kind of father, and that's that. I do like the variation that they're able to do with the characters who come to hang out with Marcelo Hernandez on the show. It offers a nice a varied approach to like what you're doing, so you're not just doing the same thing Marcelo is doing. You know?
Right.
And I did real quick to that. I did read on Live from New York. There were a lot of Scandinavian people that were like, "That's pretty much a father."
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, as somebody who
sit in your shame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As someone who comes from a Hispanic family, I mean, that's why Marcelo Hernandez's character is so great, you know?
Yep.
I think they need to figure out how to make the other side of the sketch funnier because they just repeated pretty much the exact same joke that they did before with it. Like, the sure watching them kiss in the mouth
the
is
Mikey Day
kind of
thing,
funny,
yeah.
but come up with a different,
It's
layer.
no
to it.
longer like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, this I think this was probably my least favorite iteration of it, but it wasn't necessarily terrible.
It is a good recurring thing, especially when you bring on
Cardi B at the end was
It's very funny.
the best part. But having her just come out and like yell
Steal
and be
his
mad.
cigarette.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
everything. She's great.
All right, moving on. The Viking Raid, a pre-tape where a group of Vikings, including James Austin Johnson and Jeremy Colleen, are celebrating a bloody raid. Alexander Skarsgård plays a sensitive Viking who feels left out of the group dynamic and behavior. This made me laugh quite a bit. Did you guys watch Vikings or any of the shows like that?
No,
I did, and it felt very. They did a great job of being like in the first kind of 20 seconds of this. Like it felt very like similar to that. And
The
then-
level of violence in this sketch is alarming. Honestly, like there's a lot going on there.
And sad Alexander Skarsgård just made me laugh.
Yeah.
I actually really liked
Like,
this sketch quite a bit.
I laughed very hard at the beginning where he's just playing with a little string with his sword, just kind of poking at it. I'm like, whatever. That's really funny.
Yeah.
Like that. I don't know. It goes to show you that even just setting it up without even saying anything, they're doing a lot of work there. The hand on the shoulder thing, that's funny.
Playing fetch with the
Playing football, all that.
Yeah.
It's good. But I grew up with a rune of you on my wall. Like it's really good stuff, man.
I thought it was clever. I really liked the idea behind this sketch. I thought it was just a kind of, and again, everyone looked good. I don't know. I just liked how they packaged all of this.
I didn't love the ending. I thought that the cornrow haircut was like, oh, okay. You know, I felt like they could have done something a little better. That was the only thing I was just like, yeah, this needed a stronger, joke.
Hey, at least they didn't say like White Castle. What you could?
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't end it with
true,
a parody or whatever.
Yeah. No, I agree. The cornrow thing was a little bit weird. But in general, I really liked this one. All right, it's time for Weekend Update. Ben, explain what we're doing here.
Oh,
Brad,
buddy.
get out your computer.
Yeah, computerize it, buddy.
It's an old computer.
I think we're good on that sound effect. I don't think we need that. Oh my God. It's connected to the internet
Well,
in
it's trying.
1991.
Mom, get off the phone!
We got to do the pedometer.
You can talk to Grandma later.
So the pedometer is a score of 0 to 100. 100 would be the best score humanly possible in the game, which is, hey, did Michael Che and Colin Jost have a good repartee this week? Is Weekend Update overall very, very good? Are there good punchy jokes that are meaningful? And also, how are the Weekend Update bits? How are the characters? Does it all come together as one good vibe? But mainly, and I say mainly, it's a great episode, meaning the pedometer is high if the interplay between Jost and Che is also very high. So that being said, I'm going to give this one a little bit higher.
I'm going to go
normal.
higher.
I think I'll go 86.
Can I get you
You
to
do whatever
go-
you want.
I'm going to go 87 only because
That's okay.
I think the bits were very good.
Very good.
Colin or Michael Che made fun of Colin quite a bit, compared him to a white supremacist,
And
an ICE agent.
the Sarah Sherman stuff that
Yep.
makes fun of Jost again elevates it again. So
Yep.
I might be a little low at 86, but I think it's at least 86.
I'm gonna go 88.
Brad,
Sorry, I lost my calculator.
84.
84.
Oh,
Well, what
we
was
liked
last
it better
week?
than you did.
Was
Well-
last week 82?
Yeah, I think so.
So
Wow, not much of an improvement.
This was way better than last
Yeah.
week.
Well, so here's the thing, and maybe this will help clarify too how like the scoring happens.
I didn't see it.
The biggest part of the breadometer is solely the interaction between Che and
I thought
Jost.
they had fun.
They did have fun, but it wasn't a lot of fun. It wasn't like they weren't like jabbing each other all the time. They weren't
They were
laughing,
laughing at each other's jokes.
But it wasn't a lot. It wasn't a lot. You've seen when it's a lot. The Sarah Sherman stuff is really.
Are we bringing back the nitpick corner over here?
The Sarah Sherman stuff is really funny, but that's not part of the Che and Jost dynamic. That Sherman and Jost have their own thing going on, so you can't like count that as like a big contributor to the overall score.
I mean, what
Having said that, Weekend Update overall was still very good.
What are
That's
we
why
doing?
it's an 84,
What are we
and it's
doing?
not like an 88. You know.
I mean, I gave a pretty apt description of what the breadometer is, and I described pretty much all those things. And then he's over here just
But you're-
discounting them.
you're
Well,
con-
it's
no,
not really about
you're
how much the
you're
Jost and the
contributing too much weight to certain aspects of Weekend
because
Update.
I used to do the breadometer where it was pretty much just the interplay between, and you're like, it's not just that. There's so much more that goes into it.
No, I said-
and now I do that, and you're like, it's actually not.
no,
It's the other way
I'm
around.
saying it's a bigger part, and so you need to figure out.
moving targets.
Here's
You
the
need to
thing.
figure out what it is.
No,
What do you do? Figure out it is what you do.
Don't talk. You listen. I know the math. I'm sorry that you guys haven't figured out the
Oh
algorithm
my
yet.
God.
You know, so maybe you need to take some coding classes. I don't know, like learn something. Oh, crack open a book. You know?
I hope. You know what? I hope we get like 10 comments, and they're just 86, 87, 86. That's all it says.
Literally, no comment has ever given their own score.
I would love that.
Yeah, I would love.
That's
I'd love-
what we
yeah,
want this
you know
time.
what?
Give your own
Commenters,
score.
Let us know what you think.
That's what we want this week. Please,
Actually,
for the
every
love of
week,
God,
give us your
just give us a
barometer
barometer score.
Okay,
so that we can prove this chucklehead wrong.
They'll all be wrong because you know why? It's called the Bradometer. It's not called the Ben
If
meter.
we have any listeners-
it's not called the Nate Codex.
If we have any listeners named Brad, you can own this.
Yeah.
Just put it there, and you
Yep.
can own the Bradometer now.
No, because it's the Brad O meter. My name is Brad Oman. It's trademarked and copyrighted.
Got a little
So
bit.
try it, other Brads. You come in here on my show and you take my bit, I'll send you to the fucking jail.
Okay, watch the language.
Okay, all right. So,
Prison.
Brad, tell us why you didn't like Weekend Update.
No,
Yeah,
I did.
why'd
I did
you
like
hate
Weekend Update. No, Weekend Update overall was good. The interaction between them was not like the biggest, like best.
Did you like any of the bits?
Did you like any of them?
Yeah, absolutely. The Sarah Sherman stuff is amazing. Oh my god.
No, we're gonna get to those. But like,
Okay.
did you like any of the jokes, rather?
Yes.
You don't remember any of them.
I don't remember him in my head.
All right, let's get to the bits then. All right, Sarah Sherman played a weather correspondent. Sarah reports from outside Rockefeller Center. She actually is outside on this one. The bit is mostly her screaming insults at Colin Jost. This is just her, like another avenue for her and Colin to do their thing.
Harder than when you were watching Cardi B's first performance.
That wasn't the best one. The best one to me was you even told me how you like it 20, but it feels like 15.
Yeah, that's a rough joke for Colin Jost. Great joke.
And Jack McBrayer makes a cameo on this as well.
Love that.
So
and technically, I believe he's making a cameo as
Paige,
Kenneth from
Kenneth
30
Page.
Rock.
He
Yes.
said, I'm not working.
Yeah.
but I really loved this. This was really good. I love that she was genuinely. I mean, she was outside, right?
Yeah.
I'm not being naive here, right? She was outside.
Yeah.
And it was just a clever way of doing this bit that they like to do together. So,
Yeah, no, it was awesome.
all right,
I love that. I mean, let's just take a second. They constantly find ways to get this dynamic.
Yeah, I love it.
They keep going back to this well, but they keep changing the well. It's a better well
Yeah.
every time. I love it.
I agree. All right, moving on. Second bit. Two people who just hooked up. They've done this before. Andrew Dismukes and Ashley Padilla return as the awkward couple who clearly just slept together. They try to discuss Super Bowl predictions, but keep making it about their weird sexual tension and relationship status. They've done this, two other times?
Just once, I think.
I thought it was maybe just one other time. Did this work as well for you as it did before?
Yeah, it really did. Like they have an incredible chemistry with this sketch. Their delivery is so good as these characters.
Yeah, I mean he's great too, but she
Yeah.
was just so funny. In
Just
this.
the way that they flip back and forth between like being frustrated with each other and feeling insecure and being flirty and being cute. There's so many layers to these characters, and it works so well. It's so much fun to watch that, and the way that they're able to turn the phrases of what they're supposed to be they're talking about and make it about the relationship. That's really good writing.
Yep,
No,
I
it's
agree.
very, very quick and clever writing, and then the turn where it falls apart.
Yeah.
At the end is always hilarious.
And you know it's going to happen, but
yeah.
still, it's
I'm like, how are they going to make it all fall apart? The ring. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I thought it was more of a casual thing. Like it's so good.
I love and then maybe the Patriots get tired and the Seahawks can play with themselves for a little bit.
So good.
All right, moving on. Playdate.
Oh, I remember one of the jokes that I liked from Weekend Update.
Oh,
we just
good.
moved on.
It's the insurance one from Che, where it's like where you can't die unless you have a pre-existing condition.
We backtracked for that.
Yeah, because it was really good.
I'm sorry, listener.
All right, moving on.
Don't
Playdate.
apologize to them. Apologize to me.
I'm sorry, Brad, that you felt the need to go
No.
backwards.
But now
Oh.
we know why the pedometer is so broken.
Yep, we get it. I get it now. Totally get
Makes
it.
sense.
Yeah, because I'm on a show with two morons.
All right, Playdate.
I'm above this.
Alexander Skarsgård plays Agnes,
You're a bottom.
a tall, awkward, aggression-prone preteen girl meeting the neighborhood clique, played by Veronica Slowakowska, Jane Wickline, and Chloe Feynman.
Just so you know, it's Slowakowska. I'm sorry, but it is.
Just
Slowakowska,
derailing the show
Slowakowska.
every single
They
time.
say her name at the beginning of every episode. The least we can do is say it correctly.
He says it perfectly.
It's
just your
Slowakowska or
ears.
Slowakowska. I mean, geez Louise. Like, are you really going to be mad about that?
Jeez, Lewis.
I call you Brad Amen sometimes.
See,
You never-
that was really funny, actually. Because he proved a point, but he also made a good joke.
All right. I don't even know where it was. Agnes doesn't know what blue your hairstyles are and eventually throws Sarah Sherman out a window. There's a lot of physical bits there as well. What did you think of this? Jane Wickline does have another funny line in this.
Oh my God!
She has several funny lines.
Stop asking her if she knows things.
Yeah.
But it's not even. It's not even
very
that.
funny
It's
here.
the way she says it too. Stop asking if she knows things.
Like, hey guys, what are we doing?
But yeah, that is so funny. I didn't know where this was going, and when it finally did, I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty good.
Dude, I was talking to Ashley about this as we were watching it, and the setup for this, the physical setup for this, the couch being where it is, the windows being where it is, this is perfectly designed as a set.
Yes.
Even if he misses the window,
You
it
won't
still
see the
goes behind
body,
the
yeah.
exactly. But he yeets that thing. and so the very first one that happens, it happens so freaking quickly that we literally like, oh, I was a little jarred because it looks for real like he's grabbing Sarah Sherman.
The cut was perfectly timed.
Perfect.
That how they got it in there, and he was able to grab it without you seeing that. Like
It was
yeah.
without knowing what was going on. It takes about 0.1 seconds to be like, oh no, okay, because it was awesome.
This and the Viking sketch, I thought, were Alexander Skarsgård's
Yes.
two best sketches.
Yeah.
I thought he was
Yeah.
very good
He was
in
great
both
in
of
this,
these.
yeah.
I think he was just really funny. There was one thing that bothered me a little bit about this one, and it was not his fault. His implant
The
for
brace-
his teeth. Yeah, the
Yeah,
braces.
obviously they kept like, getting
and
jostled
it
in his
just
mouth.
drove me crazy a little bit, but he was so funny in this. Chloe Feynman was, I think, having a lot of fun trying not to laugh. It was just incredible
And,
physical comedy.
Slowakowska is they're going
Slowakowska.
Slowakowska. I'm going to say it from now on,
Hey,
like, just to piss
we're
you
in
off.
like Polish world here.
Yeah,
right?
I also
In
her and I are friends.
Chicago.
She said it's cool if I pronounce it that way.
You don't even pronounce your own name correctly.
It's Konowitz. Anyway, Slowakowska.
Koska.
That's what I said.
He probably says it Chicago instead of Chicago.
Yeah. Look at you, hoser. Wait, what? But I will say her delivery of we're having a good time. When is it over? Like that's just everything. You really imagine that these could be, preteen girls like just being really awkward. Like I don't want to get hurt.
Yeah.
The whole sketch works perfectly.
Yeah, I agree. This I would not be upset if they brought Chloe, Veronica, and Jane back and made this a recurring thing and figured out other ways to do that.
Yeah.
I think the three interplay of them three, just and the physical comedy of it, it was just really good.
You don't want Sarah back?
And Sarah, sorry.
Sarah Sherman. No, this is great.
Tarzan, Alexander Skarsgård plays Tarzan. And he tries to break up with Jane Wickline. Jane, played by Sarah Sherman, because he feels he's outgrown her intellectually and emotionally. He lists different red flags in their relationship. This is like a kind of a caveman trope a little bit. The caveman is becoming smarter, and he doesn't like Jane anymore. What did you think of this one, Ben?
So this is a sketch that somebody either got high and was like, if you think about it, Jane's kind of a freaking loser, because why would she give up everything? Like, she didn't have any friends, no romantic, that's a great take. And then Skarsgård did play Tarzan in the movie, in 2016, 15,
Yeah,
whatever.
there's a Tarzan thing.
So the Tarzan movie that he was in. So this all lines up. It didn't go really as far as I wanted it to, maybe, but the premise is very clever. There's enough of me going, oh man, that's so good, right? That it was enough for me, but it wasn't necessarily laugh out loud.
Wasn't my favorite sketch, but there was a lot in there.
But I was like, especially when he just brings up the fact that, like, I think I could do better type thing. It's so good.
Yeah, the premise is really funny, and I wish that they could have done a little more with it.
Yeah,
Because it definitely feels like there's more meat on that bone. The only aspect I didn't really like is the bit with Keenan felt kind of forced, and it didn't really feel like it landed very well.
It was very awkward to have that come in with, I don't know. What was the point of it, really?
Yeah, I get what they were trying to do. They clearly wanted that aspect of, like, the awkward move out to, like, and like the movers show up in the middle of it, like, while it's happening, kind of thing. But
it just felt either too forced or too out of left field.
Yeah, and like it kind of broke the world of the sketch, because it's like, at first it felt like a regular Tarzan thing, but then it's like, oh, this is the one where there's talking animals also, apparently. It just felt weird and out of place.
I agree.
But yeah, it's the interaction.
The bolts
between,
are there, the nuts and bolts are there.
100%.
It's very, very clever.
But the love you introduced me to new things that everyone knows, mouth stuff.
Yeah, so good. Yeah, I laughed at quite a few things here, but it was definitely more of like oh damn, I wish I would have thought of that type thing. It's very funny.
All right, last sketch of the night. Funny boyfriend. Sarah Sherman brings her new boyfriend, played by Alexander Skarsgård, to a ski lodge to meet friends. He seems incredibly witty, but then his coat bursts open to reveal hundreds of Cards Against Humanity cards and he's been using to form a fake personality. How do you think this sketch gets written?
Ben, you provided some insight as to when this happened in your life. Right?
Yeah, no, this is I sold the rights to this to SNL, because this is how I fake being funny for everyone.
Yeah, or at least, you try being funny anyway.
Anyway, it's very heartful.
I didn't think this was that great.
This is a one note premise.
There was
the funniest part of the sketch is when he stands and so many cards come out.
So I will say that in my head, I think it's actually even fun. It was even funnier when later on more come out of his coat.
How many were in the sleeve?
That was it was unexpected, and I really like that.
That part of the sketch was the funniest part to me,
because that's like, how many should we do? All of them.
Yeah,
it
was so
5,000 cards.
So many cards. But yeah, I didn't necessarily like I didn't think the escalation of each one, saying, because you said that, and I tried to make love to you. It was
too much of the same thing, and it didn't really work as much as I wanted it to, because that premise, again, it's like there's something here, and this is the direction we're taking it, and if we had more time to work on a few more angles, maybe there is something else there.
Yeah.
The logistics of it all too was kind of funny, because she's like, "Are you going to clean all these up?" Like that. There are angles there that they didn't go all the way down, but it was definitely clever enough.
Yeah.
Before we get into our MVP of the night and sketch of the night, let's talk briefly. They did a cut to an in memoriam of Catherine O'Hara, who hosted twice.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it'd be really just interesting just to talk about what you think. Obviously she wasn't a cast member on the show, but she was, I think, a sketch comedian on SCTV.
Actually, yes, quite a famous sketch comedian. She was one of the main cast members on SCTV, which, if you don't know what that is, that was Second City's attempt essentially at doing their own SNL, but it was all pre-taped. It wasn't a live show. It's people like John Candy and Rick Moranis and Dave Thomas and Eugene Levy. Martin Short did a lot of stuff on that show. She was incredible on that series. If you haven't watched it, seek it out, buy it on DVD or however you need to do it. But yeah, she's
her
incredible.
death hit me hard. I don't know. Some celebrities' deaths really hit you hard, right? This one did. I don't know why, but it was just a really.
I think for
the mom from Home Alone is a pretty big part of my childhood.
Yeah,
anyway.
that's really what it is. She feels like someone like who is like a mom for us growing up because she was a prominent mom in the things. I mean, because even though she wasn't like a good mom in Beetlejuice, she was also there for
Schitt's
that.
Creek. She was a mom in that too. Did you watch Schitt's Creek?
I haven't watched Schitt's Creek yet. I've seen clips here and there, but I've heard it's very funny.
She is brilliant in it.
But she what was great about her, and you can see her just how incredible she is when she does Christopher Guest's movies, Best in Show, Waiting for Guffman, A Mighty Wind.
Yep.
She's able to be somebody who is incredibly funny as a character, but without showing her hand that she's trying to be a funny character. She plays things very real, and she knows how to find what's funny in a character by just having them exist as if they were a real person. And she's so immensely talented at doing stuff like that. That's why she was one of the best people. I found myself thinking a lot about her role in Home Alone because obviously people remember her from it and everything, but you typically only really think about like her the ending and also her screaming Kevin when she realizes gone. But if you go watch especially her interactions with John Candy during that movie, she has the very difficult job of being the straight woman to John Candy, who's doing funny stuff. And the way she plays things so authentically, but is still in on the bit along with him, letting him succeed and land stuff, but also reacting in such a way that it maintains the reality of the scene while still having it be funny.
So that's a great point. You watch films, and comedies especially are difficult at this, where you're like, this isn't grounded enough. I'm watching this and they're playing in a world that doesn't really exist, and it takes me out of it. That scene with her and John Candy, the exasperation, the desperation in her voice when she's delivering these lines that she truly just does miss her son, and these people are being nice enough, and it's like there's a lot of layers to that character, and she plays it perfectly.
The one that I think of a lot actually is when John Candy tells the story about how they left their kid at the funeral parlor all day. And she's just like, can we talk about something else? She's like, oh, well, you brought it up, so I'm sorry I did.
She was just wonderful.
Yeah, she's gonna be greatly missed.
And, so many. Oh my God, like the tributes online were unbelievable. Macaulay Culkin's was heartbreaking. But like all the people that knew her from SCTV and just anyone who worked from her just had nothing but nice things to say. She seems to be
one of those people that not a single person has a negative thing.
Yeah.
And there's a video going around too where I don't know if it's paparazzi or just entertainment reporter asked her, like, what role do you want to be most known for? And she says, just being a mom. Like she just seemed to be incredibly grounded, and maybe that's where this kind of meaningful acting comes from.
I think she just played it perfectly, her whole career. She will definitely be missed. We have an inappropriate trivia event every year at the Civic Auditorium here. We do comedy for like 600 people, and we slipped in just a little parenthetical that said Catherine O'Hara in a question. It wasn't even about her, and the audible sigh from the room. I did not expect that, but you had hundreds of people who were drinking, having a good time, kind of all just went, oh. Yeah. And that's like you're not going to get that from a lot of celebrity passings of sorts. But she was special for sure.
All right, moving on to let's do MVP of the night.
Jane Wickline.
Yep,
that's actually
100%.
what I wrote.
Yeah,
Jane Wickline.
Funny how that works, huh, boys?
Finally, found
welcome
herself.
to the club, Brad.
Finally found herself.
Nate and I have been on the Wickline Express.
We've been Wicklinians for a long time.
I'm pretty sure I gave Wickline MVP once before too. So.
Yeah, no, you give things away too easily.
Yeah, you got to earn it, Brad.
For us, you actually have to have a good episode.
Yeah,
and she did. All right, let's do sketch of the night.
Brad.
Oh, the Olympic one.
I guess.
I have a hard time. It's either changing my mind about Trump one.
I mean, it's changing my mind.
That one's close, but but the Olympic.
The Olympic one is very funny.
That's a pre-tape, so we do
no. That's we've already
you don't do
established
pre-tapes.
No, we do. We don't do weekend update bits. You're an idiot.
I'm picking Sarah Sherman.
This is your show.
This is your life. You're an idiot.
I think I'm going to do changing my mind about Trump.
That's a great sketch.
You didn't like that one. I did.
No.
No, that's so overall. What did you think of the episode?
I thought it was good.
I thought it was a pretty good episode. I think it had higher highs than last weekend and not as many lows. there wasn't a downright bad sketch except for the cold open, I think.
And I honestly like the stuff with the guys in the room, not Pete, but everybody's responses were actually pretty clever there.
No,
I liked it.
Even that was just too.
I liked it.
It's too basic for me, especially like, and this maybe.
I could be wrong, but Army.
There's two sides to this. I'm somebody who is paying attention to social media a lot for my job, and so I'm seeing a lot of people, like-minded people, who are constantly making jokes and like really just like going hard after ICE and Trump and all this bullshit. So I see a lot of really funny stuff out there, and I don't think SNL is even coming close to matching the energy and the sharpness of the humor that's out there. And I would think that the writers would be also online enough to know what's going on and to know.
I still just think though. It's not their show.
No, for sure.
I think that's the issue.
I think that's fair, but I also think that there's still a better way to go about making satire about this. You know,
I mean, maybe they did and they get shot down. That's what I'm saying.
It's possible.
You can turn in 3 drafts and they're like, nope, do it again, and that's this. Yep, that's the one that's passable.
Do you think at all there's a little bit of fear with the network, right? Because we've seen CBS
For
get
sure.
punished
There's definitely-
millions and millions of
100% there's
dollars.
pressure.
That's probably the biggest thing, is just that it's an advertiser-supported
Yep.
network television show, and we've seen what
it's
Trump
not
and
a
his
YouTube
administration
show, right?
will do, and what the network executives will do if they get scared about that stuff.
Well, and
so,
to be fair, President Trump
don't call him that.
sued CBS and won, right? He won.
Well, they settled, but yes, he still quote unquote won.
Yeah, but what I'm saying though, they owed him millions of dollars. So, and
It's not just, these aren't veiled threats, right?
yeah, that's
these
what I'm
are
saying.
real
I'm
things.
just saying,
there are real
these aren't
consequences
just
now.
being too overly sensitive. They're
But also, it is hopefully it is your job to stand up to that.
Yeah,
I hope
exactly.
so. I hope so. Right. But again,
Yeah.
you see Stephen Colbert leaving. But again, I think that has a lot to do with just late night TV not being as popular as it once was. But
I still think he got canceled, like for the
Other
absolute-
reasons?
Yeah, of course.
It's 100% for other reasons.
Yeah.
it wasn't because of
No,
That's a convenient excuse.
yeah. All right. So when you look at this episode, do you put it middle of the road in season 51?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
I think so far this is right down the middle.
yeah.
Where
I
would you
agree.
put what do you think is the weakest episode of this season so far? Tiana Taylor or Josh O'Connor?
Tiana Taylor's wasn't even that
No, it wasn't.
bad.
No, it wasn't bad.
I didn't think it was great.
I would say Josh O'Connor's, or unfortunately, honestly, and it's mostly because it was more disappointing than anything. Amy Poehler's episode
Yeah, it
wasn't.
just
Yeah,
really
Amy
wasn't that
Poehler's
great.
wasn't great.
I was really looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
Where's your best one or two so far? Do you want me to read the
Read them
episodes?
out.
Yeah, just
not for us,
Yeah.
for the listener. For the listener, I know them all.
I think I'm going to call my shot right now, and I'm going to say probably Ariana Grande is the best.
Okay, here are your options, listeners. You got Bad Bunny, Amy Poehler, Sabrina Carpenter, Miles Teller, Nikki Glazer, Glenn Powell, Melissa McCarthy, Josh O'Connor, Ariana Grande, Finn Wolfhard, Tiana Taylor, and Alexander Skarsgård.
Yeah, I think Ariana Grande and Nikki Glazer were probably the best ones so
And
far.
I think that Melissa McCarthy episode was probably I don't know if it's the best one, but I think it was my favorite.
That one is also very funny.
Yeah. How about you? How about you?
Yeah, I don't know if there's been one that I'm like, that is the best one.
See, this is what
I
he
think-
does. He just asks us and then he gets to move on. He doesn't have to.
No,
have
I do think Melissa
it's fine,
McCarthy's
it's
is
fine.
very good. I
Sabrina
think Ariana
Carpenter's was
Grande's
pretty great too,
Yeah,
actually.
but can you say there's like one that's just stand out above? I don't know if there is. I think they would be ranked in the top though somewhere.
I think if you would go back and really break it down, that Ariana Grande's is probably like the biggest.
I really would
standout.
need to go and look at all the sketches in each one and say, oh yeah, now that one stuck with me. That one's really good.
It's Melissa McCarthy. It's fine.
But I thought this was a better
Serviceable
than middle.
episode.
I think there's a better than middle episode. It was a good episode. All right, next week or no, not next week, next month.
We're gonna be on a break for about a month, folks. But don't worry, we'll be doing episodes of Go Flix Yourself in between if you want to hear us talk about movies and some TV shows. We'll be back after the February 28th episode, when Connor Story will be making his hosting debut. If you don't know who that is, you need to go watch some gay hockey, because he's the star of Heated Rivalry.
Oh, great.
A steamy show on HBO where they're always scoring goals.
Do you know what I dislike most about having guests like this on SNL?
I was worried about where that was going for a second, but yeah, go ahead.
I just don't like hockey.
No, our YouTube hits always go down because nobody's looking for
This
Connor.
one might be
nobody knows who
different though.
Nobody knows who Connor Story is.
That's not true, actually. That's the heated rivalry is that big of a deal right now. I think we might see a Finn Wolfhard boost with this kind of host.
Okay.
Stranger Things.
I'm
is
getting
not
Wolfhard
even-
just thinking about it.
Okay.
He's not a kid anymore.
It's even worse. Stop talking.
What do you mean it's even worse?
I don't know. Somehow that's worse.
I don't know. It's just making me
The
feel
fact that he's not a kid anymore, so I'm fine now. It was bad before when I felt this way.
No, you have 2 boys. You better be comfortable talking about kids' boners real soon.
No, they're not my biological kids. That would be weird.
Oh, so you don't have to mentor them when they get erections?
No, I don't actually at all, ever.
Oh, so you're gonna have Ashley do it?
Yes.
Wow.
She's there. Oh my god,
Yeah.
this took a turn. I don't like any of that.
Nothing more than young boys want than their mom talking to them about erections.
All right, I don't know where this episode's going, but I want to be done right now.
All right. We'll be back next week with a new episode of Go Flix Yourself.
Go Flix Yourself.
Please do like and subscribe to this podcast if you haven't, but also that one.
87, 88 on the
Tell
breadometer.
your friends about this podcast.
Yeah.
And maybe
Somebody posted to Live from New York. you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, not us this time, because I just feel like, look at my thing and don't hate me.
check it out and be sure to check out Go Flix Yourself. We have a lot of fun over
It
there.
is. It really is a good time.
All right, Brad, where can people find you?
You can find me at the Jack Shack. It's not
Every Wednesday night
Yeah.
from 7 to 4.
it's not what you think.
Formerly the Fap House.
Like I said, it's not what you think. It's just a place where I like to sit. But you can find me on Twitter and Blue Sky, Ethan Anderton. You can also check out Slash Film and the Slash Film Weekly podcast. You can check out our Sundance coverage over there, and then also you can check out the Pop Cultured podcast, which has various other
don't.
things that I
you're
do
fine. It's fine.
about movies and The Simpsons.
Without
People
us,
can
though.
only listen to so many podcasts, so listen to this one or Go Flix.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
You can listen to some other ones.
All right, Ben and I are online at places too.
Yeah, you
so-
can find us.
All right, we're going to be back next week with Go Flix Yourself. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. Bye-bye.